How about the entire Bible? Maybe that wasn't good enough. Maybe the Gospels is not good enough. How about the entire Bible? How do we know? What are some good evidence that we know that this is God's Word? The Bible is really a library of 66 books, okay? They were written by over 40 different authors in 3 different languages, Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. And it was written over a span of approximately 1,500 years. And they were written in countries hundreds of miles apart from each other. And guys, they did not have internet. Okay, so it's not like, hey, read my blog. And they're like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to write about that. No, they were very far apart from each other, people that never met each other. And they were written by men of various planes of political and social life, from a king, right, to a doctor, to a shepherd, to a fisherman. People of all aspects of life have written it. We find poetry, we find history, we find music. And we would naturally expect when all these people, 40 authors, when they write something, if it's really made up, we will see contradictions, we will see things that do not make sense, things that are outside of the rest, but really every part fits with the other parts. It's amazing how when we get the Old Testament, we see Jesus in every single page. And you may not realize that now, but if you go in depth and really study the Old Testament, you will see Jesus written all over it. And then the New Testament talks about the Old Testament, and it's awesome. Argument number 3, how about prophecies? I'm going to read you a quote by R.A. Torrey. He says, in the passages cited, we have predictions of a coming king of Israel. We are told the exact time of his manifestation to his people, the exact place of his birth, the family of which he should be born, the condition of the family at the time of his birth, a condition entirely different from that existing at the time the prophecy was written, the manner of his reception by his people, the fact, method, and details regarding his death, with the specific circumstances regarding his burial, his resurrection subsequent to his burial, and his victory subsequent to his resurrection. These predictions were fulfilled with the most minute precision in Jesus of Nazareth. Any book that has the power of looking hundreds of years into the future and predicting with minute precision as to person, place, time, circumstances, detailed things to occur at that remote period must have for its author the only person in the universe who knows the end from the beginning, that is God. And that is only prophecy concerning Jesus. There's over 2,500 prophecies in the Bible. 2,000 of them have already been fulfilled. I'm guessing the rest are going to be fulfilled as well. Argument number 4, the claims of Jesus. Jesus made huge claims about himself. He said, I am the Son of God. He said, the Father and I are one. He said, if you look at me, you see the Father. Now, what was he? Either he is who he claimed to be, or he's an imposter and a deceiver that deceived millions and billions of people, or he's a lunatic. Now, for anyone to say that all of history has been influenced and changed by a lunatic or a deceiver is probably deceived himself. Because we see that our entire history, our culture, is Jesus is in it. To music, to art, to our architecture, to everything we do. We wear crosses. We have BC. We have AD. Jesus has made a big impact.